Hi friends, welcome back to Life Explained series. Today we will understand, is there any aliens present in this universe? So let us understand through the concept of aliens, what are those? Do aliens exist in this universe? Yes, aliens does exist in this universe. So as we consider what are their purpose, what they are doing, who are those aliens, and where they are present, and what purpose they are doing, for what purpose they come to earth and all, we will understand that. Aliens are present in other dimensions and all. We are the human being who are present in the third dimension, and we live in the planet called Earth. This universe is a very vast universe which consists of different galaxies, and in that galaxies different solar systems are there, and even though there are planets. So a lot of galaxies are present in this universe with having lot number of solar system in it and planets in it. In the same way, we are living in different dimensions of this universe. We human beings are living in a third dimension, and we live in a galaxy called Milky Way. In that Milky Way, we live in a solar system. In that solar system, we live in a planet called Earth. So this planet is Earth is revolving around the Sun. It has its own dimension. The Earth is having its own dimension, and it lives in a galaxy. This solar system lives in a galaxy called Milky Way. Apart from this, there are a lot of galaxies. So there are a lot of other dimensions also where parallel beings are staying according to their perceiveness, ability to perceive anything. In the same way, for example, if you go to a quantum physics and understand different quantum theories and all, we know that we can't perceive an atom inside what atom is going on. So if you go deep inside in a microscopic level, we will understand that in any object, every matter consists of an smallest particle called atom. If you go deep inside in a microscopic level, the atom inside consists of a center nucleus, which consists of neutron and proton, and simultaneously electron are revolving around it. So continuously there is a revolution of electron around this. Electrons are revolving around the nucleus, and nucleus consists of neutron and proton. So these revolving electron create different frequencies and all. We are not able to perceive that because our ability to see that is our perceiveness is not up to that level. So for example, in the same way, we are the being who are living in three-dimensional, and we can perceive the object which are in a three-dimensional things. Above that, for example, in a fourth dimension, fifth dimension, sixth dimension, we are not able to perceive. But there are beings who have some supernatural power, who can perceive fifth dimension, sixth dimension, seventh, eighth, ninth, and 10th and 11th dimensions also. A person or a super being who lives in a 10th dimension has the ability to control all the time and space. So such being, we call him as a god who lives in a 10th dimension and all. So he has the ability to control everything. He can perceive everything. So such that type of person, we call him as a god. In the same way, aliens are present in different dimensions who have the ability more than us. We are having an ability to perceive till 3-dimensional. But a person living in a 4th dimension can control a times space. So he has some more power. A person living in a fifth dimension will be having some more extra power. Sixth dimension, some more. Seventh, eighth, and ninth, and tenth, so on. So, for example, if you understand water dimension is nothing, it is defined as the minimum number of points to define anything. So, for example, points to define any object, we call it as a dimension. For example, if you take a zero dimension means if you put a point like this, if I'll put a point, this point have a zero dimension. Next, if you move on to if I'll draw a straight line like this, if I'll draw 2 points like this, 2 points are there. If I'll join these 2 points like this, I'll draw 2 points and join this. So if I'll draw 2 points and join this, then we will get a straight line. So this we will call it as a first dimension. It has only length. So this a single line, straight line, it has only length, we will call it as first dimension. And next, if you move on to next dimension, we can call it as two-dimensional. So two-dimensional have length and width. For example, if I'll draw a square like this, so this is square, so it has two dimensions. This is length and width. So two dimension, if you draw a square like this, it has two dimensions. One is length, this is length and width. So this is our perseverance, that we can see a two-dimensional length and width, and a single dimension is a straight line. Zero dimension is a point. So if you draw a point, it is zero dimension. If you draw a straight line, then it is a one-dimensional. Two-dimensional, if you draw a square like this, or this paper itself is a two-dimensional. It has length and width, so it is two-dimensional. Three-dimensional objects, for example, if I see this cuboid, see this cuboid, if you see this cuboid, it has length. If you see this, it has length, it has width, this is width, for example, this is length, this is width, and it has height also. So length, width and height. So this is three-dimensional. Any object which is having three length, width and height. So this is three-dimensional. So we are ability to see three-dimensional and perceive all the three-dimensional area. Four-dimensional, if you move on to cuboid and all, above that if you draw 16 points and all, then that is four-dimensional and all, and so on we will move above. So any person or a being staying in first zero-dimensional, first dimensional, then three-dimensional, four-dimensional, five-dimensional, six-dimensional, seven-dimensional, they have different perseverance or visibility of this universe. We as a human being have only a limitation up to three-dimensional. We can perceive the object which has length, width and height. Above that, we are unable to do that. So we can't see any atom inside what it is going on. We can't go above the space. We can't go on the space timing. We can't go to backside or future. But a person staying in a fourth dimension, fifth dimension, he can go beyond the time and space. So now, who are these aliens? These aliens are nothing but living in different dimensions and having supernatural powers. These beings come to the earth in order to protect us. They come to earth, they land up to the earth. If any disaster is happening and all, to protect the organisms in the planet earth, they arrive to the earth and do whatever they can do and go back. They have super technology because they are living in higher dimensions. Their perseverance to the universe is very high. They have technology more faster than us. They move at the speed of a light and all. They have technology. They have flying machines which has high technology that works in a gravitational, which move away from the gravitational. Their devices work in a supersonic speed and all. See, they land up to the earth. They are just like our brothers and sisters. We human beings who are living in the three-dimensional, we have limitations of our perseverance. Because of that, we are unable to pursue some of the things in our life. So as I told that we human beings have the capacity to move above three-dimensional also. If you start meditating and know yourself that we are not a physical body, we are the supernatural astral body, or we can call it an Atma or astral being. When you start meditating in itself, you can raise your conscious level to a higher dimensions and all. So because of that, your conscious mind is having the ability to raise your conscious level. So this was the video telling that there are the presence of aliens in the universe. There are different universes in this space, different galaxies, different solar systems, and there are parallel being or the parallel living organisms present in the society according to their higher level of consciousness and all. So aliens does come on the earth for the protections of the human society and all, because they are the evolved being more than us in a human being. So when they live in a society which is all disaster free, they love all the organisms present in their universe. They are loved being. They love all the organisms. There is no destruction. They love everything. There is no pollution. They doesn't harm any animals. But in the earth, we have a lot of disaster. We have a lot of killings here. We kill a lot of animals. We create a pollution. We have greed. Because of that, disasters is happening. But the aliens who live in a higher dimensions and all, they are peaceful being who doesn't pollute, who love every organisms. They are lovable being. Their conscious level is high. They respect every human being. They respect each other. They respect higher dimensional being also. So my dear friends, this was the video telling us that our purpose is also to raise our conscious level to a higher dimension and perceive everything and go beyond time and space and understand we are the supernatural, eternal being living above the time and space. Because of certain purpose, we have arrived to the planet called Earth, and understand this planet Earth is having a short time period between birth and death, In between that time period, we have to learn through the obstacles which are coming and move our consciousness level to the higher level and move to higher dimensions of the life. So there are different dimensions. If you consider first zero dimension, first dimension, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10 and 11 dimension also. So a person living in zero dimension, first, third, we are living in third dimension. There are being living in fourth dimension also. There are being living in fifth dimension also. They are being living in sixth dimension also. There are being living in seventh dimensional also, and there are being living in eighth dimension. There are being living in ninth dimension. There are living in 10th dimension. The person living in 10th dimensional can perceive everything, and we will call him as a god. He is beyond time and space. So having a supernatural power. So such type of being living in 10th dimensional, we will call him as a god. Okay friends, this was some of the video. May this help you, and we will be back with some more knowledgeable video. Till then, have a nice day.